Good evening, and welcome to the 12th Annual Reverse Quinceañera. My name is Chantel Ingerson, and I am President of the Board of Julian's Fountain of Youth. Julian's Fountain of Youth empowers youth by fostering authenticity through safe, unique, and transformational learning experiences. Whether it's the Fort Lauderdale Youth Empowerment Retreat, Flyer, learning foundational job skills by working at the Collective, or the camaraderie of one magical weekend at Disney. Our objective is to allow our youth to be themselves and grow in the process. So I'd like to take a moment to thank the staff, volunteers, and board of directors who make this possible. But mostly, I want to thank our donors and sustainers. It is all of you who make our mission possible. At last year's Reverse Quinceañera, we introduced you to Gage, one of the youth who works at the Collective. Gage started at the Collective as a part-time employee. His enthusiasm and hard work quickly made him an asset. He was quickly promoted to youth manager. Last September, he was promoted to assistant manager and has proven himself as a competent and capable young man. We wanted to check in and give you an update on his progress so you can see firsthand how these programs impact our youth. But first, I've asked Julian to speak a little bit about some of the programs that Jfoy supports. When you hear about these programs, I want you to take a moment and reflect back to when you were a youth. How would your life have been different had you had an organization like Julian's Fountain of Youth?
I like to say it started with a prom. Why? Because I didn't particularly care for the prom that I had gone to here in South Florida for the LGBTQ community. And it was at that moment that I said, I want to host a prom for this youth that's like any other prom at any other high school. And that's kind of what really pushed me out there to get Jfoy started. And then I got on the phone with friends and said, this is what I'm up to, and this is what I want to do. And as we know, life does its thing. And actually today is the 7-year anniversary that I had emergency open heart surgery. And it was at that time that I said, I'm gonna stop talking about this and I'm gonna do it. And after I got out of the hospital, I got to work, and thanks to many of you who are out there, Jfoy was born. And that was in July of 2017. People ask me, like, what do you do at Jfoy? What exactly happens? Well, I'm gonna give you, for me, there's two really, really good examples of what we do. The first would be Disney. Imagine being a 13 or 14-year-old kid who is trans, who looks different, who, when they walk in a grocery store or in class, everybody looks and stares or ridicules them or laughs at them. Imagine being a kid who's going through this whole lifestyle, like, what am I, who am I, who's gonna love me, who's gonna accept me, and going to Disney, where everybody you see around you is like-minded, just like you, meaning they're LGBTQ, and you're accepted just the way you look, just the way you are. In Disney, where Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and Minnie and all of them open up their arms to these kids. It's life-changing, not just for them, for all of us that are with them as chaperones, because you get to see the change in these kids. You get to see the change in them, in that they can breathe, they can be normal, they can be themselves. The other one that, for me, I felt really strongly about was what I called Flyer, or the Fort Lauderdale Youth Empowerment Retreat. This is a retreat where kids come from all over the community, and we do experiential courses. And these are courses that the youth actually get to, everybody takes part in, even the adults involved with it, we all take part. And there's everything from team building to different types of challenges that creates what I like to refer to as breakthrough in some of the stuff that's been going on in their lives that's been created by outside forces. And what they get to learn at Flyer is that they get to stand alone on their own 2 feet and be proud of just who they are. But when they come out the other side, they're changed. They are changed. And I know this because the parents call, I don't know what you did on this retreat, but thank you. My kid actually hugged me. You know, they're so standoff, they're not anymore. And I get great feedback. Flyer changes lives. The retreat changes lives. And the great thing is, you know, it kind of ripples out into the family and the community.
September 1st of 2022, I was officially promoted to the job of store manager of the Wilton Collective, and my own shiny name badge and everything. And from there, I mean, oh my goodness. About a month after I was promoted to general manager, I moved out from my parents, September 28th. From there, I mean, I was lucky enough that I had the connections that I do through this wonderful nonprofit, that I was actually able to find a place to live with one of our other former board members. From there, I was full on running the store, especially up and through wintertime. That was a really, really interesting experience, especially seeing how a retail store functioned during that time of year. Oh my goodness, thinking about where I'd be without Jfoy, I think about the fact that so many of my friends that I've met through the organization, so many of the life skills, I mean, just learning to drive a car. I was lucky enough to have that happen through our organization. I learned to drive thanks to one of the friends of the organization. You know, I wouldn't have a place to live. Funny enough, the bed I sleep on, I wouldn't have had thanks to Jfoy. I can't even really imagine where I'd be without this place.
For many of you that have been coming to the reverse quinceañera for the last 12 years know I don't get political. That's not my thing. But one of the things I do want to stress is this last 5-6 months have been hell in our community. These are crucial times for us. I can tell you straight up that I have youth in my program whose parents have left the state with their child because they can't get medical help here in the state of Florida anymore, any of their meds. So they've left. This is happening to our youth. We have got to come together. So with that said, that's why it's so important. And that's why I'm asking you, please, please become a sustainer. We need your support more now than ever. In the programs that we're doing, I need your help. We need your help. So I'm asking you, please take a moment and become a sustainer here tonight.
To follow up on what Julian said, it's donations such as the Sustainer program that allows our organization to deliver these programs. If you've ever been to the Reverse Quinceañera before, you may notice something different. We have no youth volunteers here this evening. Because of legislation that has come out of Tallahassee, our youth are not allowed in this room tonight. I want you to realize the travesty of our youth being denied the opportunity to see their community come out in support of their authentic selves. This is why tonight, more than ever, it is crucial that you help us continue our mission by becoming a sustainer.